Okay. Welcome everybody in-house and in cyberspace to the Guilford Selectboard meeting. I'm calling it to order at 6:34. I'm glad our technical difficulties have abated. And so, Mike, would you share the rules of procedure, please?
Yes, rules of procedure. The Select Board, as required by Vermont statute, conducts its meetings in accordance with the Vermont Open Meeting Law, Statute 1 VSA 310 to 314, except as provided in section 313 of that title. The statute reads, "The public shall be given a reasonable opportunity to express its opinions on matters considered by the public body during the meeting, as long as order is maintained. Public comment shall be subject to reasonable rules established by the chairperson." The Vermont Secretary of State's office words it this way: "The public comment period is not a free-for-all. The board chair may establish reasonable rules to maintain order and reasonable limitations on the amount of time for each speaker are not unusual or improper."
Thank you, Mike. Okay, do we have any changes to the agenda order? Okay, and so it's time for public comment. So if there's anybody in the house or online who wants to make a community comment, let us know. Jocelyn, are you there? Can you?
Yes, I am here. Sorry, it's bedtime at my house, so it's a little nutty.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure what I have to say, but I had mentioned on Facebook the other day that I'm just feeling really freaked out and concerned about what's going on in the world, obviously, as are most people. And being married to a nurse at BMH really brought things home when the nurse was recently killed in Minnesota. And I'm not really sure what kind of point I have to make here, except for to say that I'd love to hear from other townspeople, like how they're thinking about how we can protect our townspeople and our citizens as things are starting to get kind of scary.
Okay, well, thank you so much for offering that, Jocelyn. And, you know, if there are people who want to get together and talk about that, I'm sure we can make that so.
Yeah.
Okay, other community comments? Okay, so we'll move on to the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting 1/12/25. And I guess I can start out moving that we accept the minutes.
I'll second it.
Okay, is there any discussion? Okay, then we can call the roll. Sheila?
Aye.
Okay, Tara?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
And Veranda says aye. Okay, so we'll move on to the warrants. Tara, will you please do the honors?
I will. I move to accept the warrants as written. Payroll week 1/19/26, $9,205.24. Payroll week 1/25/26, $9,872.81. Expense warrant number 2614, $23,297.91. Expense warrant number 2614F, $26.50, for a total of $42,402.46.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, is there discussion?
Well, there's a lot of expenses for salt, but that's expected this time of year. So $5,414.56 in salt. Truck repairs for 5 trucks, small repairs, $718.08. Everyone's Books, a local bookstore, for library books, $631.67. Northeast Municipal was $2,978.18. There's a grader repair. I don't actually see
That's the Northeast.
oh, that's Northeast. Okay, great. That's the grader repair.
Yep.
Powers generator, for the highway garage generator was $1,754.08. Roberts Energy is diesel fuel. That's $4,615.11. $658.28 for the town office heating oil. The town of Brattleboro, $1,198.48 for the quarterly metered water bill. And Wyndham Regional Commission is $2,268.20, and that's for the Slate Rock Road Culvert Project Management. And I have a question. Did I miss it, or has anything come in from Lines as far as digging the well?
I have not seen an invoice
Okay,
yet.
I'm just curious about when that comes in.
Yeah.
And they went down like 200 feet, is that right? Like some.
Did they have to go the whole?
No, hundreds of feet, but it was short of, it was about 60 feet short of what they estimated at.
The mantle of the earth?
Yeah, so, yeah, well, they do it by the average well in the area. And I think they were going 485 and we were at 225 and at 395, or don't hold me to these numbers, it just hit a vein, 25 gallons a minute. So that part will be under. We did get some fancy new machinery and stuff. Gary's like, I'll
we
still
can
come
hear
in.
about that in your report. I look forward to that. I'm trying to keep time here,
Sorry,
Jim.
Jim.
You're doing well.
Okay, are we ready to vote? Okay, Mike, how do you
Aye.
vote? Tara?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
And I say aye, so we have approved the warrants. And without further ado, Jimmy, you're up for the highway report. And thank you so
I
much.
see you bumped me from 5 minutes to 10 because I'm usually 15.
No,
So I'm going to make
the
it.
standing
I'm going to make it
ovation
brief tonight.
for the storm.
I already got off on it. Okay, so the storm. First time ever. Texted all the guys, come in after halftime. I don't know if you watch football, Miranda, but there was,
I don't.
There was a big Patriots game on. And
Oh,
I really
get
wanted to
it.
see
No,
the whole
no.
thing, but
Okay.
anyway,
Saturday.
we found out the next day who won. So,
Oh.
anyway, so for us, it wasn't terrible. We didn't have a lot of repairs and all that. And so we came in like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and let it snow because I couldn't keep them. The storm was supposed to be till 7 o'clock the next night, which it was really like 10 o'clock before there was no snow in the air. So we came in, went home, slept a few hours, came back in, went home, came in early the third day and sanded. We usually sand after we plow.
Yeah.
So actually played it pretty well, and everybody got some sleep and we didn't have to stay up all night and all that. So
About how much snow do you figure there was? I mean, there was so much drifting.
This town varies so much, probably 16 to 20. Very light and fluffy, so easy on the equipment, easy on us pushing it around. And then, if the sun ever came out and they didn't, it just whoosh. So
Yeah.
that's good, unlike spring snow. And I do want to shout out to Allie West, who texted me and said, in case we had to do the all night for 2 days, you can stop in anytime. I'll keep the store open for you.
Wow.
Schedule wise, the way the storm and the way I played it, we didn't take big advantage of that, but I'm sure there was plow guys everywhere. Everybody with a plow was out. So, but thank her for
Sure.
that. So I want to bring up from that, the sand was going out as fast as we brought it in. We got to half a shed. We hauled for 5 days, almost had it full. It was back to that mark. Today we're putting some in because it's cold and clear. There's no weather right now, but the salt is the big thing.
Yeah.
We were given notice. I usually order it as I use it and keep a full shed. In 2 weeks, the week before Martin Luther King Day,
Yeah.
and that weekend, we probably salted 9 nights out of 10.
Right.
There's a little bit slick, and we try to keep it safe. It's an expectation. So all of a sudden, my orders are getting behind. I've got 4 orders in, and I call, and we were cut off. And so was all of the Northeast. The state had 6 companies on the preferred list. I called all of them, besides the one that we deal with, and they can't even give me an answer as to when we can get salt. So I used half of what I had today. That's why I'm trickling it to get the roads clear, because it's still so cold. It wouldn't even work the first day after the storm. And the snow was rough, so, it's fine. Some towns have gone to sanding. So just so you know, if you see the asphalt with sand on it, that's what happened. We are literally out. So this cold and clear tends to be dry when it's cold. So we're stretching, and that's the big game. The other 5 companies, only 2 called me back to politely say, we're saving it for our customers.
Yeah.
You can't have any. Thank you very much. The other 3 didn't even bother. So that's where we're at. Us and every other town in Windham County. Interestingly, our company Cargill, their mine is in Cleveland. They send it by rail car to Westminster. The middle part of the country's been getting hammered more than us with the rain, with the ice rain. They're saving it. They're not out, but they're not releasing it. So maybe since this storm from here to Texas is over, we'll buy enough time to get that resupplied. But I guess I should just warn you that we have this much salt in the shed, and that's never happened since I've been here.
Well, I think it's important for anybody who watches the select board meeting to know this is climate change in action.
Oh, absolutely.
The disasters throughout the country.
In the last 4 years, March has been the big, that's a whole different ballgame of wet, heavy. So I will end with, I believe it's 52 days till spring. So I don't want to wish my life away, but I'm looking forward to that.
Well, please thank the guys for us. Did you have to call up any of your alumni?
Yes, a retiree, Dan Zambruski. When we plow, we just can't do it without 5 guys. We're just out there forever. And the time between roads gets for complaints. So with him, we still put plenty of time in. And he came in for 2 days and said, call me back if you need me. And so I try not to. I will use that. I'll use any resource I have to, but I'll try not to lean on that too heavy. But we absolutely need 5. So running a guy short in the worst winter since I've been here has not helped me sleep. I'll just say that.
Well, please thank everybody for us. It's just amazing to see how much snow there was and still is all over.
Yep, and you don't have to look far. Somebody's got it worse than us. As far as Brattleboro's got frozen pipes, and they got a whole nother infrastructure to deal with, and so anyways, we're pretty good shape other than we're almost out of salt.
Do we have any applicants at all for the open position?
No, sir.
Nothing.
No. Tough time of year too.
I know. Yeah.
People huddle up in the winter.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them to sign on the dotted line in the wintertime.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
thanks for coming.
Okay. Any other questions? No.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Did you time me?
In the emergency management group, we've been talking about just getting little walkie-talkies.
Hey, if it works, and we've been piecing a man from here to this mountain, to that valley, to that mountain, and it works.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay, so next is Erica.
All right. So what have I been doing the last couple of weeks? We've had quite a few meetings. One of the meetings was an Algiers scoping study consultant selection committee meeting. That was last Wednesday. And we got a proposal from our preferred consultant, who is Hoyle Tanner. And now the thing to do will be to negotiate the price with them to try and get it to match our grant more closely. And VTrans has a whole process. So if that works, there's a line of things to do. And if it doesn't, if the negotiations don't work, there's another line of stuff to do. So we're just working through the VTrans process with that. I have been communicating quite a bit with the Brattleboro Reformer because they are printing our town report and mailing it out. So I've been working with them on what the deadline needs to be for them to get the files. Also working with them because they are mailing out the Guilford Guide, which is currently at the printer. Not sure when that'll be done, but when it's printed, I can pick it up and deliver it to the Reformer, and it'll be in people's homes pretty shortly after that. That's a planning commission project and partially funded by ARPA funds that were remaining from a strategic planning award that the planning commission got. I have been working closely with Ellie to finalize our budget to go into the town report. Also, I've been proofreading all the fund reports for the town report. It's all about the town report right now. Let's see, and I drafted the town meeting article, which is in tonight's agenda, and I sent it to be reviewed by our attorney, our auditor, the town clerk, and the school district reviewed all the candidates because it's a combined warning for our Saturday town meeting and Tuesday voting town meeting. So lots of action in municipal government in the state of Vermont right now. And that's all I have in my report.
Thank you so much, Erica. It's always,
We have volunteer.
Can I ask a quick question, because
Yes.
I keep forgetting to reach out to you?
Yeah.
On January 12th, you guys voted to adopt a new policy, and it's still not on the town website. And I just was wondering if we could get that posted.
The reserve,
because-
yeah, of course,
Yeah,
that's,
we
sorry,
don't-
that's an
I have no
oversight.
idea what you guys adopted, and I've been looking for it. It's
Okay,
still not
I'm
there.
sorry, that was a error on my part. I will make sure that's there by the end of this week. It's the reserve fund policy, I believe. Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you.
thank you, Tammy. I'm sorry I didn't see your hand up.
That's all right.
Okay, so now we're going to turn this meeting into a public hearing. We have a revised public records policy and fee schedule for people wanting public records. And so is the new public records policy, is that up on the town website?
Yes, it's not in the same place as all the other policies. It's on the front page as a standalone thing to read in preparation for this meeting.
Mm-hmm. And so we have discussed this in earlier meetings, and I guess before being able to adopt the policy, we needed to have officially a public hearing on it, correct?
Right, and this is a public hearing.
And
It was warned as such, and
so it being a public hearing,
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything more they wanted to ask or comment on about the new public records policy and fee schedule?
So as far as the prevailing employee compensation rates, prevailing for the state of Vermont? Yeah?
yes,
So
for
comparable
town,
to?
municipal, town, yes.
Okay.
Town governments.
Sorry, could you explain that question and the answer again?
I wanted to know what the prevailing employee compensation rates were based on. What it is compared to other municipalities in Vermont was my question.
Right.
And it's not based on our actual costs. They're just an average of town costs. Why not our own actual costs?
It is based on our costs.
Okay.
Yeah, in other words, if I understand the policy correctly, if an assistant is doing the scope of the work that an assistant is able to do, then the time would be based on that person's salary. If it was done by the town clerk or the town administrator or the town treasurer,
Yes, so
then it would be based on the pay scale of that staff member.
And this is after 30 minutes. So people get help for 30 minutes and then we tap into the billable hours. And I'm sure included in that help would be directions how to do it yourself, right? Like research yourself in the town
I mean, I can't imagine, like, say,
office.
so this fee schedule covers a couple of different things. It covers, like, when I get a public records request, it's typically emails and things, something that wouldn't normally be accessible. But the town clerk's fees are also in this schedule. And that stuff is more based on the cost of copying and pages, stuff like that, and vault time. So I don't know if it would take the town clerk more than half an hour to explain to somebody how to do their search.
Mm-hmm.
We typically have searchers who come in and they know the business of looking through the vaults. And
But that is something that the public can do. They can.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
So they can try to find the information themselves.
Yeah, and
With direction.
yeah, the
you
town
know,
clerk
yeah.
is definitely here to help with that, especially familiarize people with the vault if they haven't been.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there are some people in town who are very familiar with the vault. No,
Historians and.
yes. Did anybody else have a question about the?
I do.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Sheila.
So I had given Erica several questions on Monday, I think. And I don't know whether you had a chance to review those, Erica.
I did, yes, and I'm sorry, maybe I misunderstood the prevailing employee compensation thing. You did you mean?
No, I was.
Suggesting is that it was appropriate to put down the current rate as a for example, but you have to include that it's prevailing because next year's rate or starting in July it's going to be different.
That's right, and we don't
Right.
want to have to change this every time. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So that was one of my questions. Another one was if you could give us an example of what it means to say compile or synthesize information that does not exist as a discrete record. So does that mean compiling 400 emails?
No, I think what that means is to create like a pie chart out of some different data sets.
Okay.
Things like that. That's what that means. I think.
Okay, I think that was basically it. I had a couple other suggestions, like just to put the town website URL in for this, for the records request and stuff like that. But the other stuff was just housekeeping.
Yep, and that's a great suggestion, and I will be able to do that after. I need to separate that form onto its own page on the website, and then I can add that.
So
Thank you.
let me ask, so are we able to vote on this motion before these housekeeping changes are made?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so
I think-
everybody understands that there are a few more details to put in just, it seems like, for simplicity of public access of the policy. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that I have to change here is to add the website where to find the public record request form. Is that right, Sheila?
As far as I remember, and then
Okay.
we needed a signature page.
Yes, I did that. I added that.
Okay.
There is a signature page
Okay, well, I'd like to move that we adopt this public hearing. We don't have to adopt the public hearing, we'll adjourn it, but yes, that we adopt the
Do you have a
public.
question, Steve?
Just a quick question.
Yeah,
When do you anticipate this policy being in effect? Is it 2 days from now or 2 months from now or?
I think it could be in effect tomorrow, after adoption by it'll be adopted today.
So it's all clear, you're gonna adopt it tonight with
Yes.
whatever?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay,
these are
sure,
very
sure.
minor.
Right, okay.
Yes, so excuse my fiddling around and reading the wrong thing. I move that we adopt the public records policy and fee schedule.
I'll second.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Okay, so Sheila, how do you vote?
Aye.
Tara,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
and Veranda says aye, and I guess the public hearing is now finished. Okay, so with this,
Great, thank you all.
that's right. Okay, and now we shall return to
So,
new business. We have a new private road,
yes.
and the reason we have a new private road is that according to enhanced 911 addresses, when there are, 3 buildings?
Yes, buildings. Yep.
3 buildings on a site, the road needs to have a name. And this is a new private road provisionally called Gravity Drive. And so, do I hear a motion to, now do we have to accept the name of Gravity Drive or to approve the addition of the new private road?
The drive is approved by the state because
Oh.
this is off Coolidge Highway.
Okay.
And so, are you Jim? Hi.
Oh, you're the owner, of Gravity Drive.
Hopefully.
Uh-huh. It's such a great name.
Yeah, definitely unique.
Mhm. Okay, so what do we need to do?
So the select board's authority here is to give the road a name.
Oh, okay, I move that we name Gravity Drive. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, is there any discussion?
Nope.
Okay, Sheila,
Aye.
Tara,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
and I say aye, and so congratulations.
Thank you.
I think you have the best road name in town. Others may disagree. Okay, thank you so much for coming. You're welcome to stay for the rest of our fascinating meeting. And we're moving on now to Green Mountain Power's new project. So, hey guys,
Hiya.
welcome.
Welcome, thank you. Tim Jones, Don Mills, Green Mountain Power. Thank you, as always, to Erica for getting us on the agenda, and also thank you to Jim for making time on Friday to meet up with me and just talk in broad strokes about these projects. So firstly, I want to start off with, thank you to the town for your partnership last year for us to be able to execute the Jacksonville Stage River Road project. That is now fully complete and retired. And so you shouldn't see any trucks out there anyway for the balance of the winter. Again, thanks for Jim. I know it was some challenging conditions at the end of the season with the dust, and Jim gave us the hard deadlines that we needed to meet, which I think we appreciated, sort of the driving force to get there by the October 1st and 15th deadlines to have the roads put back together. And then of course we've been out there over the course of the fall, energizing, transferring load, retiring our line, and so forth. So next month, when everything is closed, officially closed, these projects, we'll have as-built drawings, and we'll bring those copies in. I'll bring hard copies and provide electronic copies also to Erica, and you'll have those as well. And Jim will have record of that, where all our cabinets are, all the culverts that we replaced, etc. So that was part of our other promise deliverable, I guess, in addition to building a project that everyone's happy with. So new business wise, we have 2 more projects that are slated for Guilford to finish off the 56G1 circuit that we started on. So our program ends September 30th of 2026. So we're almost to the end. So that's a hard stop for us. So we're gonna have a very aggressive construction season coming up. Everyone knows, May 15th is probably the ideal time where we can get into the roads again and begin our undergrounding. So it gives us really probably about 12 weeks to do that part of the work, and giving us the middle of August to the end of September to get everything closed up and put back together. So we're still going to be out doing overhead projects right now, which is something that we can still do in the conditions, although our contractors have been dispatched around the country to help mutual aid from some of the storms. So they should be back in business next week. So our ask, and I also provided just a similar template to the agreement that we signed last year, is to rebuild Packers Corner Road and Jelly Mill Road. And I think just logistically speaking, and we were talking before the meeting, also talking with Jim the other day, is probably the biggest thing that we're going to be up against is access, and how we phase things and how we account for our customers and the residents of these various roads. Jelly Mill probably a little bit less of a challenge since it's double-ended, but certainly once you get to the very end of Packers Corners back in there, it's one way in, one way out. So I think we've been discussing probably the biggest element of that is traffic control plan and how we communicate and how we approach it, where we start, what the outlets are going to be, duration, and that type of stuff. So, hopefully the town is on board with how we executed our project and is up for more work this year. And I think the only thing that we scaled back was rather than 6 inches of gravel on the road, I think with these roads we're proposing up to 3. And I think similar roads that we did seem to be that's a good amount of cover material. Certainly covers up any of the voids that we leave, but it also leaves some play for the towns also to have some material to work in the road. Certainly, if anything comes up this spring as the thaw emerges, we'll certainly make good on anything that may not have gone exactly right. But I think we got everything together and all of our ditches cleaned out, so we're not really expecting much. But certainly we'll be on the horn with Jim if anything arises. But that's the ask: is Packers Corners and Jelly Mill. And same agreement, same terms, but certainly we have some logistics to work out and how we operate in there, what time when we start. But same product, we look ahead schedules with the town, so that's sort of a constant communication that we'll keep as well if we're approved to move forward. We wouldn't start any sooner than May 15th, just given the roads will still be posted by that time, and it's a pretty shady area up in there as well. So anyway, those are some of the challenges that we talked through with Jim.
Great. Well, I think that, just speaking just as a resident of Packer Corners, not as a select board chair, I think people are really up for having the lines buried if they can be, and pretty, people are pretty cooperative there in terms of flexibility in trying to accommodate your schedule. So, are we ready to have a motion on this, or is there more?
Miranda, I have a question before we make a motion.
Okay.
And I wanted to know from Jim if any culverts are affected in these 2 areas.
Is there?
Are there any culverts that will be replaced?
Absolutely.
Sure, lots.
Yeah.
Lots of them. And are they on your schedule for the coming year during the time of this project? And were you projecting that they would be the same as the existing culverts? The replacements would be the same size as the existing culverts?
They actually, the state, when we put culverts back now, we always bump up. And GMP agreed to do that. We do it as a course of action. If we take an old 14-inch galvanized, we bump to 18. The name of the game is that one washout costs more than the additional money of slightly larger culverts. And it's luck of the draw. whether we replace culverts. I know there's probably a half a dozen we were gonna replace at some point on Packers Corners.
Okay.
It's hard being a one-way street. We have to be quick, but we do a certain amount a year, between 10 and 20. Whether we do those this year or not, there's none that are failing, but I know that there's some galvanized. I have a list of ones that I intend to do. Typically, if we did pick Packers this year, we would do all of those 6. So that's somewhat of a benefit, offset by when you're under construction, whether it's, you've all done something in your house or whatever, nothing's perfectly smooth. There's a bit of give and take.
But my question, Jim, is the terms are replacement of the existing culverts to the exact length and dimension of the current ones.
That's what that says.
So not to up, yes, that's what it says in the third. The replacement culvert should be the same diameter as the pre-existing culvert, and the replacement of the for culverts will replace to the same length and the same diameter as the pre-existing culvert. And what I was concerned about is if you were going to replace these culverts anyway, if you were going to upsize the culverts, you might want to rewrite that term.
Yes, I haven't seen that.
Or rework that term with I know you've been busy, Jimmy.
Just got this on Friday of last week, so I'm sorry that it says action in the agenda, but I think I communicated to Tim. I don't think we're ready to do that today. We need the attorney at least to review this.
I will just say it's the exact same agreement that we signed last year.
Right.
So just speaking in terms of what the agreement says is anything we touch, we replace. So if it's corrugated, that's an automatic. It gets upsized to whatever that upsize is. And so just for your groundwater or stormwater compliance, if we touch an 18 and if, compliance says it has to be replaced with a 24. So that's how we operated last year and that's how we intend to go forward this year. So Erica, if you have some nuance. I definitely appreciate that. Yep. So.
Well, it says right here, replacement of all complete culverts having a minimum length of 40 feet.
It's across the road, right?
Right.
So we didn't replace anything in partial. So if we touched it last year, it came out fully, completely, and it was replaced brand new.
So one second, Tammy.
Yeah.
So I think Sheila's concern was that if the culvert's failing now, maybe it's not big enough, right? So when you say same length as the pre-existing culvert, you're gonna
And same diameter.
Yeah. So that's
Same
not
diameter
how
in the next sentence.
That's not how the project went last year. They just bought a whole truck of 18s. You can't buy a 16-inch galvanized culvert now anyway. That would be the next reasonable thing.
Okay.
I didn't look at the exact wording. That's the handshake agreement we came upon. That's how it was done.
Right.
And it was easier for them because you get a whole truckload of the same. I had 5 24s and I had 34 18s. We had anything from 14 to 16 to 18, and those 5 24s went back as 24s. That's what got done. I didn't read the fine print last year.
I don't think there is any. I think we specified the exact material we're going to replace it. So whether or not it's corrugated, if we touch it, we're putting it back brand new, to that spec, to the pitch. So if there's some other way we need to word that, I'm happy to.
It says you're gonna replace to the same length as the pre-existing culvert, and you're gonna oversee it, right?
Yeah.
Like if there's an issue,
Yes.
you're gonna say, hey, we need a bigger culvert than that. And that's just how it's gonna go, and that's how it went.
Yes.
But like you said, they don't even make 16s anymore.
Right, and when we replace, we bump. That's the state. Most towns now, I have a few 12-inch for driveways. We rarely, almost most towns now are 18 or above. The state does not want you to undersize anything. So sometimes with ledge, you can do a 15. I would never put anything less than that across the road. We're gonna find some old galvanized ones that are rusted out.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, those all went as 18s. it was easier for everybody, and that's what I would do. Not less than I would do, not more than I
Right.
would do.
So can we just amend this language and then send
so
it back
Sheila-
via email so you guys don't have to come back?
Yeah, sure, if
And we
Erica
can-
could just kind of tune that up to how.
Sure.
how
Well,
we're-
the other thing is I don't believe I would ever agree to 3 inches of gravel. That machine brings woods dirt up from 4 feet deep and puts it on top. And boulders and this and that. And that 6 inches is a minimum. I will say, Tim, that in places we got a foot, but I don't do the measuring. But we can't do less than 6 inches of gravel.
Okay, well, we can talk about that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an expense, obviously, and
Yeah.
and Guilford and Halifax are the only places we agreed to do that last year.
Well, I saw the machine work.
Yep. No, if
And
that's
that
what you're saying
stuff
has
that's
to
4
happen,
feet
then
deep
we-
is on top. If gravel came to the top, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But all kinds of stuff that wasn't meant as a finished product
Mhm.
is generated to the top. So
Right, and we do commit to removing all unsuitable materials, so I think that's the only deviation from it is it's a serious expense.
yeah, and the windrows that created you've seen the rock windrows that are created by that. That's because all that stuff that's way down there that we've never seen the light of day is now on top, and they did a great job cleaning those up because that would have been a major, huge issue for if left.
Yeah, we removed a lot of material.
Oh, there was double windrows of boulders, they've probably been adding gravel here for 50 years, and the problem is that machine flip-flops it, in my estimation. Well, I've seen it.
I think just based on what we did, I mean, up to 6, I think is kind of a fair look. If it's going to take 6, we'll do what's necessary. But it's a big expense we still have to take on in Halifax. We committed to doing it, and we did it everywhere we said we would.
Well,
So
when
I
we
think
take the grader, if we don't have 6 inches of gravel on the ledge, we have a lot of ledge. We have to truck it in and dump it because the grader can't do anything without that working material. And we tried as has Halifax, for decades to get gravel on top. The reason we don't have mud season on River Road is because woods, dirt, and clay were replaced with gravel, and that's what's so. That wouldn't be, yeah.
Well, if that's the stipulation, then you can write that in the amendment and send it back, and we'll see what our folks say.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's, I don't know when the last time was that, oh, I'm sorry, Tammy, did you?
No,
want to say
that's
something?
fine. That's exactly what Jimmy just said is my
Well,
comments as
okay.
well, so we're good.
Yeah, there's a lot of ledge on
In
what we
Guilford.
call Dead Man's Curve on the
Guilford.
Packer Corners Road. It's
It's everywhere.
going to be a challenge, but thank you. Okay, I think we have a plan.
So
Now-
can I just throw out another question
Yeah.
here too? Looking at Packard's Corners with how narrow it is, and then also talking to Jared Bristol as far as emergency services getting in and out on the machines going up and down the road. We had looked at Belden Hill as far as there's a class 4 road between North and South Belden Hill. Does that still belong to the town, and would we be able to fill that in as an access in and out to help with traffic flow and emergency services?
It's a town road. Belden Hill South is a town road sort of halfway up, and then it's not a cared for road anymore. And on the other side of Belden Hill North, there's a very small stretch there that's a town road, and the rest is private. And the south side isn't maintained by anybody, and the north side is maintained by the householders who live there. In terms of emergency vehicles,
It's like a walking trail.
Yeah.
it's a walking trail.
Okay, so Veranda, if you needed to get traffic in and out behind that machine or get an ambulance in, there's the road by Heckers to Berniston to the firing range.
That's not, I
The
mean,
Baker-
GPS thinks
Well,
it's
the
a
Baker
road.
boys drive through there all summer long.
Right, I mean.
So what we're trying to do is make a dead end into
Yeah.
a two-ended road.
I think that people would be perfectly happy to make it more accessible for the duration of time
And then we
that,
can remove that material after.
that you're working.
What about Old County?
Yeah.
Just, well, I
No,
don't know.
it used to, I mean, 50 years ago, it
Oh.
was a drivable road. And I think that it could temporarily be, come and see, because, I'm not an expert on roads. I just walk there. And it's, and some vehicles, during hunting season, people go through there, and if you have a high vehicle and four-wheel drive and don't care about your muffler, you can do it.
We can probably work out the need, I think, once the snow clears, and we can just put a schedule together and see what that looks
Yeah, and if
like. Where
you,
people would be presumed to be cut off and what's necessary.
well, and people in the neighborhood would be very cooperative in just advising you about the easiest possibilities.
Thank you.
Okay, great, yeah, thank you.
So, are we going to wait to approve this with, until the next meeting?
Well, we have a little bit of editing to do.
Yeah.
So maybe we can send them a first draft and it'll just go
Yeah.
back and forth.
Do we need to make a motion to amend, the motion or to cancel the motion?
Well, we haven't
There's
moved
no
it.
motion.
Okay, okay.
No, we had
The
the
actual
conversation
motion.
before
Okay,
the
okay.
motion, so, yeah. So
All
thank you
right.
so much for coming.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, and I will get to work on it.
Okay,
That's,
and I'll put,
6-inch gravel and replace culverts to specs and necessity for Jim.
yeah. And I'll introduce Harry Paxman to those guys because he loves talking about all of those roads. So, okay, now we're on the asset management report.
yeah. So, this is a report that is, per the asset management policy instituted a couple of years ago. The first one was last year and it was in the town report. And this one is very similar. It just looks at what's upcoming, what's been recently done, and what's upcoming a little farther down the road and the costs. You guys all had it in the folder to look at. And it's also in a public document. All these projects are on the asset management schedule, which is on the website,
Mhm.
and anybody can look at that and look and see how it's changing and when a project is started or completed. There's a project worksheet for each one in that document. So this is just my report on all of those items.
So you're saying, Erica, that the text that's on here is already on the town website?
This particular, yes, but in a different form, as the asset management schedule.
Mm-hmm, right.
There's a link to, it's like a spreadsheet, and the schedule is the first page, and then every project worksheet is a tab. It's getting kind of cumbersome, but it's cool. Every project is there, and you can see all the invoices, all the sources of funds, and the total costs of every project
Mm-hmm,
under this policy.
mm-hmm.
I have a single question, Erica.
Yeah.
Why is the Algiers traffic calming study an asset management
Well,
expense?
because under this policy, as it was created, every road building infrastructure project is part of it.
So the $10,000 match, if we get to that point, would come out of the 004 fund.
No, that was determined by the select board in 2024 that was going to be an ARPA funded match.
So it's a project, it's an asset management project, but not something that's out of one of our funds, our asset funds.
That's right. I mean, yeah, I guess you could put it that way. But it is a project. It's an asset management project.
But it's
so
sort of
I
a
think
neutral asset project.
Yeah.
I mean,
hopefully.
It's a placeholder so people can see it. It's not there because it's gonna cost the town money,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So I would call it a neutral asset.
Yeah. It is reporting on the project though. So. I think
And that's just my single question about that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sheila.
And thank you, Steve. So are we to approve why is there a motion here?
I went crazy with the copy and pasting of the motions. There doesn't have to be, I don't think. You can accept that if you want, but
We're just accepting the structure of
it
the,
needs to go into the town report anyway per the policy. That's what the policy says. The select board
Okay.
will produce an asset management report every year.
Okay, so I'd
Here it
like
is.
to move that we approve the asset management report for inclusion in the town report. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Any discussion? Okay, then we can vote. So Mike,
Aye.
Tara,
I.
Sheila,
Aye.
and I say aye. Okay, so we have approved the asset management report.
Thank you.
Okay, so, now it's the budget. Okay, so here. Here we have the spreadsheets for the 003 budget and the 009 budget.
Yeah. I can
Do you want to,
I can share a screen, but it's gonna take me a minute since I had to restart.
okay. Sheila, if Erica shares the screen, can you see it or do you have the?
I don't need to see it. I've already reviewed it, both the budgets very carefully. I had some questions about the 003 budget, but I'm fine. Thank you, Miranda, for asking. I'm pulling up my questions.
Okay, great. Sheila, did you want to ask your questions while okay, while Erica is pulling up the budget?
So a couple of them are, let's see. These are, I think the budget is fine. I just wanted to know how the calculation, so the whole issue about how we arrived at taxes to be raised was complicated in fiscal year 24, 25, and 26. So we agreed as a select board to figure out not only to figure out how that error occurred, but what to do in order to not have it in fiscal year 27. And I thought it might be helpful to show if Erica and Ellie were able to do this in the time before this meeting, but definitely a pre-town meeting and also a town meeting, the calculation that was used to derive the amount to be raised by taxes for the 003 municipal budget, just to show how we have solved that, we have recognized that problem and solved for it. So that was one of my questions. I also think that we should be ready to show the trend in taxes to be raised for fiscal years 24, 25, 26, and 27. I don't know if we're still on trend for all of the years in which we said we are basically level funded, according to the state guidelines for that. I also wanted to know why we're showing less revenue for both current use funds and payment in lieu of taxes lines. And I was wondering if this represents a trend in town of less property in current use and fewer applications for tax relief. And I had a couple of other comments, including watching a hawk in the snowstorm while I was looking at these budgets.
I can answer that in reverse, I think. So those the current use and pilot those are actual numbers that have come from the state this year. So that's how they ended up there. And Lisa Barry recommended that as well. Just based on
so we are seeing reduced revenues from the state in these two lines.
Yes.
Where are
We
these?
don't know why.
It's in revenue. It's lines 26 and 27.
Okay, thank you.
And these are actual numbers that came from the state.
So if land gets taken out of current use, then it's
Funds go down. that we
right,
receive.
but also regular taxes get paid on that land if it's not paid.
By
If
the
it's
state.
not in that program, that would be subsidized by the state.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a copy of the budget you're looking at? You said line 26 and 27.
Here, if you want
Here,
to.
Yeah, the one that I have is from the last budget workshop and there's no line numbers on it. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I answered that. And Sheila, to answer your question about the calculation, we simplified it massively, and then this is not that spreadsheet, but we ran it through NEMRIC also. So we put the entire proposed budget in NEMRIC.
Expenditures.
Yeah, and made sure that the numbers matched this exactly.
Okay. Good.
So
Thank you.
Also, so you see here at the top,
Mm-hmm.
under FY27 proposed, that is the taxes to be collected, and you see 2 zeros there where social services and transfers out were
Right.
residing. We haven't taken that money out of the budget. It's down below in the expenses. And
Yes.
so you see here that this top number, taxes to be raised, appear to be $600,000 more and 48% more, but really it's because we combined.
You've zeroed out the next two lines.
Yes, yep, and that's something that we did in NEMRIC, and it all worked out.
Yep.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, so if you look, so this is the taxes to be raised, which is simply the total expenditures, the bottom line, minus the revenues. And Bonnie.
How does the expenditures?
Yeah. And Bonnie approved that and said it was good. And now that we're down.
Sorry, that's 1,000,004. Is he above number 1,000,004?
1,000,004 in expenditures. The top number?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,407,616. And
Okay.
that's and if you come here to the very bottom of the revenues, it's 1.
I see. Okay, sorry. I got it.
616. I'm sorry, I'm going fast, but
No, I get it.
you can see that it's a $16,000 increase over last year, which is 1%. So that is not even level funded. That is a big reduction.
Less than cost of living.
Yeah.
Yeah, and taking into account increases over which we've had no control.
Yeah.
It's still,
Yep, we found a way.
So 1% is the end number?
Yeah, that's
Okay. Did we ever get a budget from the Guilford Volunteer Fire Department? Did they like send us their budget?
yes.
Because we wanted
We
to
were
look-
looking for balance sheets,
They did.
Yeah, we wanted to look at it.
Kara.
We need to, yeah, we asked them for balance sheets, but I haven't seen those yet. I can ask them again for those things.
I mean, we don't, the select board really doesn't need it. We need it. We just think that it's good to show those same figures to the town because a third of what we're raising is for the fire department, or 20% of what we're raising in taxes is for the fire department, approximately.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so are we,
I'd like to move that we adopt the two budgets, the 003 and the 009 budget, fiscal year 2027 budgets
and
to present. To present to the town for approval.
yes, and I will second that. Is
I have a
there,
question.
oh, Tammy,
I have a question. So I just thank you for letting me look at yours. I went to all the budget workshop meetings and I brought the copies with me from those meetings. And I've already found one so far number that doesn't match what we agreed upon at the last meeting.
Right.
So I'm wondering, I would like some time. Does this have to be voted on tonight? Because it seems like the numbers should all be the same as the worksheet we used at the last budget workshop meeting.
definitely not, no.
I mean, I know we made some changes and we discussed some things, but this one that I'm looking at, line 115, we did not discuss. It's a small number. On
hang on, let
003.
us get there.
But it was, I mean, again, this is a small amount of money, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that jumps out at me that it was $100, now it's $850.
What number did you say? 150?
The
115.
Conservation Commission.
Yep.
Yeah, that's, you know, I collect this data from the commissions, as we go.
Right,
And if I
and
didn't,
on-
it's possible that I didn't have it for
On
last.
December 17th.
That's right.
It was still 100 like it
Yeah.
was the year before, but now it says 850 and I'm noticing that one. And I would love an opportunity to look through the new numbers that you guys are voting on tonight because there's one and I don't know if there's more. It would be good to look through it
Yeah,
and see
there are
if it's.
definitely gonna be more, because Ellie and I
So-
did a lot of research and things, and we worked on the
So-
HRA fund, and we got information from the HRA. So that's all here, but
I think Ellie covered a lot of those in the last meeting.
yeah.
She did a report on the changes to in all of the things that you guys worked on.
Yeah.
You two worked on. When she did her treasurer's report.
Yes.
Could we just vote on it in 2 weeks? Or does it?
Well, no, it's, let's see. So these budgets make up the articles that have to be warned tomorrow.
Right,
So-
so
so
the
this
numbers
is-
have to be the
Yeah.
same. They have to be right.
Yes.
So-
The bottom
so-
line has to be.
So then if.
I can address. Go ahead.
I could address Tammy's concern though, which is that if we have changes to make in the budget, they can be presented at town meeting.
Yeah.
As amendments to the budget that's proposed.
They could.
It's not a problem. We've done it before.
Okay.
And would it be helpful to look at the video of the last select board meeting where Ellie gave her report, that some of Tammy's questions could be answered by that?
I think Tammy just wants to go line by line.
Yeah, I just wanna
compare
make
it
sure
to what
I
it
didn't-
was,
Yeah.
but you don't have the same information because time has
No.
lapsed.
Right,
And
it
because
sounds like,
because these need to go into the article, then we say, okay, like at the town meeting, there's an amendment. You know, in the budget.
yeah.
It seems
Do you
like the
have a
budget
copy of
always
the
changes.
09 also that I could take with me?
You can have.
Didn't I give that to you?
This one's the 03.
I thought 09 was.
Is it attached?
Maybe not.
No, there's two separate.
I thought it was-
There's a
No.
pile of stuff there.
Yeah,
Maybe there's
alright.
one in there.
Are those?
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is.
The 009 type is a little smaller. It seems like every year
There
we
you
have to
go.
make an amendment to the budget at the meeting, just for something minor.
Sometimes,
yeah.
I mean,
Frequently.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think-
Thank you so
Which
much.
is, I
You're
mean,
welcome.
it's kind of expected, you know? Things. Yeah, so we've collected a lot of new information since the last budget workshop, but all the, you know, everything's, I think, basically the same.
You don't cover amendments at pre-town meeting, right? You just wait till town meeting.
Well, everybody isn't there
Yeah.
at pre-town meeting.
No, I know that.
I mean, everybody isn't there at town meeting
We
either,
would
but-
though if we knew about it and when we read the articles at pre-town meeting.
Right, if
Because
we
we
know
go
there's
over
going
the
to be a
articles,
change. Yeah.
then we would, and we know there's gonna be a change, we would at pre-town meeting.
We could discuss it, yeah, for sure.
I would do that just as sort of a heads up, you know, I mean, if there's 6 of them or 1 of them or something else, then you've done it, it's not a big deal that people know it's coming. Then you're not getting a bunch of questions, what are these amendments, where do they come from, how come they're wrong, are they adjustments, you know. I just think that helps to explain it to a group of people who are particularly interested in the subject because they're at pre-town meeting.
Yeah, I agree.
I see no problem with that. So at pre-town meeting, that would mean if there were adjustments at pre-town meeting, then would it need to be presented as an amended budget or just changes that came up through further study?
Miranda, if we have to change the budget, we also have to change the wording in the article for the tax to be raised.
Yep.
So it's going to have to be a very formal process.
Okay,
Not at not at pre-town meeting, but it will be at town meeting.
yes.
But if we know about it, say Article 6, because we break them up and we read them, if there's a change in that, we will read that at the pre-town meeting.
Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay, well, that we can certainly do. So in our motion Sheila moved that we adopt this budget, and was there a second?
Both budgets.
Both budgets, and did somebody second it?
I'll second
No.
it.
Okay.
Mike has not.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Okay, so Tara, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Mike,
Aye.
Sheila,
Aye.
and Miranda says aye. So with that understanding, we have adopted this as the budget that we will go forward with. Okay, so next comes the town meeting articles and the warning per 17 VSA section 2641, section 2642, and section 2644. Tammy, have you got a copy of the, would you like to see it?
I'll get it to her.
Okay, would you like to see it?
Oh, no, don't need to do that, thank you. Stop share. All right.
Okay. Okay, so this is a pretty straightforward group of articles for town meeting. Is there any comment or conversation about it?
Well, we had no petitioned articles. So it's basically the same as it was last year. HCRS has finished their petition 3 years, and so they are now included in
And
Article
Seven
8.
seems to have given up the quest.
Seveds did not get their petition numbers to get an article added. Yeah, so pretty straightforward.
Okay.
And this is combined with the Tuesday voting for town and school positions.
That's right.
Yep, so the warning is,
So the warning also on page 2, you'll notice, covers the voting that will take place on Tuesday at the Broadbrook Community Center.
yep.
So,
So our town meeting warning tomorrow is the last day to post it. Sunday is the last day to post it if your town meeting is on Tuesday. But ours is on Saturday, so tomorrow is our day to post the warning.
okay, well, I move that we adopt.
Should I ask a question now, or you want to?
Oh, you can
After
ask a
you
question
move-
now.
After you move in second, then he can ask.
Oh, okay. Well, how about we move in
No, that's
second?
fine. That's
Okay, I'm moving it. Who wants to second
I'll
it?
second it.
Okay. Steve?
Oh, I don't have it now. When does Wyndham Regional, how is Wyndham Regional paid? Is it a warning, or is it the town's annual donation to Wyndham Regional? Is that, where does that show up?
Oh, that is in annual services to the town.
So is that in the budget?
Yep,
not
it's
a-
in the 003 budget.
Okay, so it's not a warned,
That's right.
okay, thank you.
It's not a separate article. It has been in the past, but it is no longer.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah, I thought it was missing, so I just thought I
No. No, I remember Harry Evans getting up and talking about why we should support Wyndham Regional back in, 1980 something.
Wow.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. Are we ready to vote? Okay, Tara, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
And Veranda says aye. We have adopted the town meeting warning. And I also just wanted to remind people that with the decimation of the post office, I don't know whether you read in the Digger, but mail is going to take longer to get here. And so if people are going to have mail-in ballots, they best do it early. So if you know people who won't be here for town meeting and who won't be here for the voting and want to make sure that their ballots get here on time, vote early, but not often. Okay. I know that used to be a joke. Okay. So, here we go. It's now Emergency Operations Fund. And is Dan Ingold here?
Dan Ingold is here. There he is.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi,
Did you
Dan.
vote it? Did you vote on the motion?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we did. It was so easy, Steve. Okay, so we have the creation of an emergency operation fund, and I thought,
Emergency Management Fuel Fund.
oh, emergency management fuel fund. Sorry, it didn't say that on the.
Sorry.
Okay, and so Dan, would you like to address this briefly?
Sure. So this fund would be coming out of existing funds, the budget that we have for emergency management. So looking for $2,000, and what that would be for is be for fuel cost, additional fuel costs for the backup generator for the Brattleboro or the Broadbrook Community Center, BBCC. They have a backup generator. It's a diesel fueled unit. So basically working with Sheila and knowing the original specifications for that generator, figured out what it would cost to basically fuel it for a week. And at current diesel prices, that's about $2,000. So the idea is that if we use, or when we use the BBCC as an emergency shelter, if they have to be running that generator, that we actually cover the cost. And don't want to have to come back to the town to actually have it as a reserve fund out of existing funds. So that's what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody have any questions about this? Okay, so I move that we establish the Emergency Management Fuel Fund. The money is already in their budget, is it not?
Yes, it's budgeted, and this proposal is for $2,000 if it is in surplus, unspent, which is
Unspent funds. If there's $2,000 in unspent funds, we would fund it up to $2,000 from the unspent funds.
And I'm watching my budget for the emergency management. So we'll keep the budget below.
Doing a great job. Okay, were there any more questions about this? Okay, so have I already moved that we establish the Emergency Management Fuel Fund?
No.
Okay, then I will so move. And is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any further conversation? Okay, so Sheila, your vote?
Aye.
Tara?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
And Veranda says aye. I mean, there are very exciting things happening in emergency management, and I hope.
Hopefully not too exciting.
Right. No, the right kind of exciting.
So,
Mutual aid. Okay.
thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan. Okay, last, it's happy hour. It's the Guilford Country Store Class 1 and Class 2 liquor licenses. And so, I will put it on the table. I move that we approve the Class 1 and Class 2 liquor licenses for the Guilford store. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, is there conversation about this? Okay. So, Mike, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Tara?
Aye.
And Sheila?
Aye.
And Veranda says aye. So, okay, is there any other business? And correspondence?
Oh, yes. Hold on. I received a letter from a Melissa Allen on behalf of Anson Baldwin, who has a tree. You know, he does a lot of work for the town, actually, cutting down trees and stuff and doing tree work for us. But he has a commercial building on Route 5, and he is having trouble, it seems. So he was in violation of an Act 250 permit back in 2022. He got notice of the violation, and he's been working ever since then to try and figure it out and work with the state. And this letter is describing the process as being, seems like at a standstill, with limited responsiveness from the Agency of Natural Resources in moving forward, and they are changing the scope of the review that they want to do on the property. The original violation was for a salt shed that was built in a wetland area, and now they're looking to apply Act 250 to the entire property. But it seems like these folks are just really frustrated. This letter was sent to the Secretary of State, Governor Phil Scott, Lieutenant Governor John Rogers, the Agency of Natural Resources, Representative Zahn Eastis, the Vermont Attorney General, Senator Wendy Harrison and Nader Hashim, the Select Board, the Conservation Commission, and our two local newspapers, the Commons and the Brattleboro Reformer. So I talked to Melissa, who wrote this letter on behalf of Anson Baldwin, and she thanked the Select Board for hearing her concern, and we'll just keep our eye on this process and see if there's anything. I don't think there's anything for the Select Board to do about it right now, but it's just something to know about and be sympathetic about.
Yeah, I mean, sadly for them, if we had had any kind of permitting process, then, and they wanted to build a salt shed in a wetlands, they would have found out. But this is just, I mean, I have a lot of compassion for how difficult this is.
Right.
Did you have a chance to see the letter? It
No.
was,
I mean, it's there.
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Can you
I can email it. Yeah, they
Sure.
emailed it as well.
Yeah, I
It's got
definitely
it.
want to be able to read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sad story.
How
And
far
so-
back does it go when this all started?
The original notice of violation is, I believe it says 2022, sorry. Oh, and this letter has some extra communication that I haven't seen. Let's see. There's the date.
I think if you just send it around to us, Erica, that would be helpful. We don't really have any action to take.
That's right. Yeah,
Right.
this original one is from December of 2022.
Thank you.
The violation, the notice of
Okay.
violation. So
I missed something on other business.
Okay,
Can we just, Erica, can we make sure all meetings are on this calendar? Like, our select board meeting's not on that calendar. So I just
is
wanna-
that the recreation calendar?
Is it the recreation calendar?
Yeah.
It's the calendar. I just think it's a lot easier to
Is
just
it
go
on
and
the
try to
town-
find. Yeah, it's on the town of
town
Guilford.
website?
That's the main one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So just like
an
what's
extra
going
step.
on daily with all the meetings that are going on, instead of having to go to the planning commission, their tab, and find their meetings. Although they're on here tonight. They have a meeting tonight.
They
at the same-
don't.
no, they have the beaver meeting tonight,
Yeah.
sadly.
Well, conservation has the beaver.
Yeah,
meeting tonight,
conservation has
and
the beaver
planning
meeting.
has moved their meeting to tomorrow because this meeting was moved to today.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that's good to
I thought
know.
that was moved on the calendar.
Okay.
It should
So yeah,
happen.
I would love it if all meetings were on this calendar. And you
Okay.
can see this calendar. Everybody can see this calendar, and they can know
Yeah,
what's
that's
going on this day.
That's a reasonable idea.
Thank
you. We just got sort of scrambled in winter here. But,
Yeah. That's
okay.
it for me.
Terrific. Okay, so I'll go through actions taken. This night, we approved the minutes, we approved the warrants. We approved the public records policy and fee schedule. We approved Gravity Drive as the new private road. We took an action to, well, we didn't adopt the Green Mountain Power New Project proposal, but we're sending it to our lawyer for redlining and review. Okay, we approved the asset management report to go in the town report. We adopted the FY 27-003 and 009 budgets. We adopted the town meeting articles and the warning for both the Saturday meeting and the Tuesday voting meeting. We established the Emergency Management Fuel Fund, and we approved liquor licenses for our beloved Guilford Country Store. And that wraps it up. And so the next action to be taken is a motion for adjournment. Do I hear one?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
And will you second
I
it,
will,
Tara?
I'll second that.
Happily?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so we'll take the roll. Sheila, are you ready to vote?
I am in favor of adjourning.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay, so Tara,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
and Veranda says aye. How's the childcare going, Sheila?
It got better this afternoon.